Hi guys, right then, for those out there that own a Chrysler C300 or the equivalent in Dodge and God knows what else, after about 140,000 miles, and mine's got, I think it's 152,000 miles on, you start having the odd little problem. So this morning, well sorry, yesterday, I popped out, I came back, parked the car on the drive, came out, it would not come out of park. Okay, so there's a few YouTube videos out there that will show you how to get out of trouble. I will try and show you now, just so that you can get your vehicle home. And then there's a fix. I'm in the UK. It's a Sunday, so none of the dealers are open, none of the shops are open. So I went straight onto Google and eBay and everything else, trying to find the appropriate part. I can't even find a mention of the part. I can find second-hand gear shifter units, which may or may not be suffering from the same issue. And if you put them on, then how long are they going to last before you get the same issue again? So I decided I was going to fix it. So I will inlay a little video of the internals and what I've actually done. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch to the forward camera on this, and I'm going to attempt to show you how to get yourself out of trouble and then how to fix. Okay, so yeah, good luck. As I say, there's lots of videos out there, so I'm not going to go through the entire process, you know, all the little clips and things, but I'll do the best I can for you, because mine's back in the vehicle now, and I've just checked it and all is working well. Right, so let's switch across then. Catch you in a minute. Right then, so here we are. Here's a Chrysler C300 gear shifter. Now there's a little gizmo on here, little button. Now if you are not being able to get it into gear, if you take out your little side pocket, there's a little hole inside. You can put your finger down, push in, and see if that will help. If that doesn't help, and 9 times out of 10 it doesn't, I will show you where the issue is. Just let me open this door because I need to swing my legs out. And we'll take the keys out of the ignition, stop it beeping. Right, so here we have a solenoid. Now this solenoid is what tells you, well, tells the car that it's all turned off, it's out of gear, so you can remove the ignition key. So if that isn't coupled up, you can't get your key out of the car. Right, so that in turn has a cable. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's have a look. So okay, you can just see a pink thing in there. So if you're stuck on the side of the road, what you need to do is take out the surround, and I'll show you how that's done in a moment. Then get your finger in and push. Just push that pink thing, and then the gear lever will come across, and it will go into gear, and that will get you home. But obviously you've got to go back into park when you get home to get your ignition key out. So once you're home, you're stuck again. Okay, so what you do, first and foremost, you take the pocket out. There's a chrome surround around the top. You take that chrome surround out, pull out your ashtray and unplug your heated switches. Here's the ashtray, look, just pulled out. So just unswitch them. I've left it dangling. Now underneath, just in front of the ashtray here, there's 2 screws. Those are the holes for them. So take the screws out, and there are 4 plastic clips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift those out, pop them out. You might need a screwdriver, and then the whole center comes out, and you can get your finger in. That will get you home. Now what you need to do is remove this unit. Sounds very complicated, but it's not that complicated. So first things first, underneath and down here there are 4 10mm nuts, 1 in each corner. So undo those, and then the whole thing is free. The only thing holding it in place is 1 the solenoid. So there's a little spring clip there, look. So that will lift up and then bring it forward, and the cable will unhook itself and leave that sitting in there. Here, and let me get a little screwdriver so we can hopefully show you what I'm going to tell you now. That is your gear shifter, and that slides through a bracket here. Now there's a locking mechanism on the side there. If you listen, hear it? You should push that back, then the whole thing will slide upwards, and there's an 8mm screw or bolt, depending where you live. We call them bolts there. Now you take that off and the cable will come free. Now if you look here on the side of this cable, there is a scale. There's like grids going across it, so check how many teeth you've got. Mine was 1 tooth in the park position, so I counted 1 tooth when I stripped it, and I've put it back at 1 tooth. Okay, so once you've undone those, you have to go inside your console, and down the bottom you can see 1, that screw was missing, 3, 4 screws. Just undo those, and that will allow the center console to lift enough. Right, here we go. See, it will lift enough to allow the gear selector to come off these rear fixed studs. Otherwise it will go so far you cannot get it out. So undo those 4 screws at the back. This will lift and the whole thing will come out. So take your plastics out, undo your console, nuts off the corners of your shifter mechanism, lift the console, lift this up, bring it forward, and it will clear. That gives you the ability to turn everything around, move it around a bit so you can get a socket and a ratchet and get your fingers in, turn it to the right so you can get your fingers in to disconnect this, and away you go. Now once you're there, what I will say is I stripped the body from the bottom, leaving this top on, and I couldn't get it back together. I couldn't find out what was stopping it. I couldn't work it out. So I went away, had a cup of tea, came back. So the thing to do is, once you've got it off on your bench, remove this top. Okay, there's down there, you just put a screwdriver down gently and ease it, and that will clip out. There's another one at the rear, and there's 1, 2 there. You can get at those from inside if the whole body is off. All right, the video that I'm going to follow with in a moment is actually the internals. Now this pink clip is affectionately known as the pink thing. It's only plastic, and it's a common fault, and it will happen to you. No two ways about it, it will happen to you. So if you drive a Chrysler C300 or the equivalent, order one now and just put it in your glove box, because it's much easier just to swap it over. Because I've had to do a little bit of whittling, a little bit of dremeling, but I've made a metal plate that actually fixes to the original mechanism, so it will never break again, but it's a little bit more faffing around, and the newer brackets have got more plastic on the clip, so there's more meat on the bone, so there's less chance of it breaking, basically. All right, so I hope this has been of some use to you. I would have liked to have done a video all the way through, but I was flying by the seat of my pants. Like I say, it's a Sunday, got work tomorrow, and I need my car. So here we go. Have fun, enjoy, and fingers crossed it doesn't happen to you. But my advice is just order, spend the time, find the clip, and keep it in your glove box ready. Or if all else fails, you know, lift your centre up and just, I don't know, find somewhere down inside here just to tape it to something so it's always there. Even if you sell the car, you know, in 5 years' time, somebody opens it up, they'll go, thank you very, very much. Have fun, be safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Hi guys, right, for those of you who own a Chrysler C300, and sooner or later, around about 140, 150,000 miles, you're going to jump in your car and it will not come out of park. Now there's plenty of videos on YouTube that will show you how to get yourself out of trouble. Basically you lift up the cowling and you put your finger down and you can push on there. As you see, this moves. When you push on that, you can get it out of park so you can move your vehicle. But what it is, the problem is underneath here where this little metal bracket is, there's a little plastic clip, very reminiscent to the little plastic clip on the other end, which is there. So plastic clips break, so my solution is I found a little steel bracket and I got out the Dremel and I've shaped it, and as you can see it now runs over the back of the plastic, over the top of the plastic. I'll put a very tiny screw in to hold it through. That's out of an old radio unit, and I've also used a super glue gel underneath the bracket and inside the plastic gubbins here. Turn it upside down and I've filled that full of this gel, applied the hardener, so hopefully that now should last the lifetime of the car. And that, my friend, is the solution. Let's see if we can lift this off with the spring on. One-handed? No, I'm not going to do that, I don't think. So let's have a look. Let's lift it off. Yes, we can do it. So as you can see, if I turn this over, see the inside is filled with a gel that is securing the screw, it's strengthening the plastic clip, and as you can see, that, my friend, is there for the rest of its natural. Okay guys, thanks for watching. If this video has been of use to you, please like, maybe subscribe. Go and have a nose. Occasionally I bring some useful stuff to the table. Send some back. Be safe, and I'll speak to you soon.